T coming at you today to talk to you about repel in an episode I'm calling Back Off. First, we are going to explore the meaning of the word repel, and then I'm going to show you something super cool to do that will repel. All right? But we have to have safety first here, so strap on that seatbelt, because you know I'm going to take you on a ride. Okay, first off, what does it mean to repel? Well, the definition of repel is an invisible force that causes two things to separate, to push apart from one another, okay? So the opposite of repel is to attract, and the easiest way that we explain that is with magnets, all right? So we know that magnets want to stick together, right? But not always. These two magnets are attracting, they are pulling together. Well, the opposite of that is to repel, to back off. So just by flipping one of them, I can see that they're not wanting to go together, are they? That's pretty cool. Looks like magic, doesn't it? Nah, it's science, right? So this is repel, to push apart. This is to attract, to pull together, okay? So opposite charges attract, so positive and negative, and the positive and positive or negative and negative repel. I just love doing that. That is so cool. Absolutely love attract and repel. All right, so what I'm going to show you how to do today, though, is something with sand. Because let's think about sand. Okay, you're at the beach. You want to enjoy the day in the sun with your family. You're up there in the dry sand, right? You don't normally sit into the wet sand unless you're wanting to build something like a sand castle or something, a little moat, I don't know, whatever you want to build. All right, so you're in the dry sand, okay? Dry sand granules. You're like, Mama P, you got some red sand there. Yes, I do. Now, when you go to the beach, are you going to find red sand? No, but if you go to the store, you're going to find all colors of really cool sand that you can use for decorations, you can use for whatever. You can use it to make what we're going to make here today. Okay, so you're at the beach though, and you're sitting up in the dry sand. Okay, those are all individual little granules of sand, right? All right, but if you think about the sand that's a little bit farther out, that has gotten wet from the water coming in and out, the waves, that sand is clumped together. The sand kind of almost attracts to one another, right? It gets clumpy. It sticks so that you can build things. But when it's dry, you can't build anything with this, right? Okay, so we know that sand is normally like this unless it's in water. Well, watch this. I've got my container of water, and I'm going to pour the sand in it. Now watch what happens. We would think it would make a big old clump in the bottom of the water, right? But not quite. Let me give you an up-close view of that, just in case you can't see it very well from where you're at. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Take a look at that. There's even one hanging down there from the top, isn't it? That's not right. Sand's not supposed to do that, is it? Okay, so what just happened here? Well, wait a minute. We're not done. All right, watch this. If I reach my hand into the sand, it should be a big old clumped up mess, shouldn't it? But watch this. Did you see that? I mean, did you see that? What up? What just happened here? Look at that. It should be wet. It should be clumped together, but we have individual granules of sand. They're dry. Why are they dry? Well, I kind of did something to them. You probably suspected that, didn't you? I'm going to show you what I did. It's called making magic sand. Is it really magic? No, it's science. All right, I'm going to show you what you did. Okay, so you're going to take a pan and cover it with foil, okay? Why are you going to cover it with foil? Well, you might want to make some cookies or something in it later. You wouldn't want to do that after you get done with this. So you're going to take your pan, okay? Put some foil oil on it. And then take your dry sand and you're going to spread it out on your pan, okay? You can put more on the mat. But you're going to spread it out. And then you're going to take a fabric protector. Now, there's all kinds of fabric protectors that you can use. All right, so you're going to take the fabric protector and you're going to spray it, shake it up, spray it on your sand. Give it a really good coat. Then you're going to wait till that dries, 10-15 minutes or so, and then just kind of mix it up again, shake it around, put it back out into a flat layer again, spray it again. You might have to do that 4, 5, or even more times, okay? And you're going to take it and you'll pick it up and you'll drop it in the water and you'll check it. If it doesn't look like it's quite ready yet, then keep doing it, okay? Until it has absorbed enough and been protected enough so that it will repel the water. That's right, you can make sand repel water. Isn't that crazy? But there's another science term that we use for this process. I really like this word. It's called hydrophobic. All right, so we made the sand hydrophobic. Well, what does that mean? Well, phobic, like a phobia, like a fear, all right? Anytime that you have a phobia of something, that means you have a fear of something. I made a list of some that are really cool, some that most people already know, and I threw in some other ones. There are all kinds of fears, and we are talking like a serious fear, not just, no, I don't want to go do that. It's I really don't want to do that, or I really don't like that, okay? Let's talk about some of these. First up, arachnophobia. Most people know arachnophobia. That's the fear of spiders. Why do we know that? Well, it's a cool word, and it's a movie, and a lot of people are scared of spiders, right? Okay, then we've got arithmophobia. That's the fear of numbers. There is an actual fear of numbers. But what I find interesting is this next one, cacophobia. That's the fear of ugliness. What? That's a real thing? Yeah? Now, I might not be pronouncing these just correctly, all right? We all say things a little bit different. But this is the spelling of the words, and you can put your own twist on it. All right, the next one, carnophobia. That's the fear of meat. If you think about a carnivore, those are meat eaters, okay? So the fear of meat is carnophobia. This next one, a lot of people have this serious fear, all right? It's calrophobia. That's the fear of clowns, right? There are a lot of people who are absolutely terrified of clowns, okay? That's an actual phobia. And then we have didascalinophobia. That's the fear of going to school. I actually had that whenever I was in grade school. I was absolutely devastated, just petrified at the thought of going to school. I actually got sick every morning. When I knew the school bus was coming, I was so scared of going to school. That's a real thing. I've kind of gotten over that as I got into junior high and high school and college and stuff. I just got over that one. All right, this next one, triskaidekaphobia. That's the fear of the number 13. Some people are really scared of 13, and you might notice in some elevators now, you can look at the floor numbers and it'll go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. They skip 13 just because some people are that scared of the number 13. Okay, so that's triskaidekaphobia. And then we have ophidiophobia. That is the fear of snakes. And then there's cynophobia. That's the fear of dogs. Some people are absolutely terrified of dogs in general. Don't like them. This next one, yeah, I've got my little magnet by it. I definitely don't have this fear. That's allurophobia. And my magnet here is half of a cat. Now, I've got these little magnets all over the place. You can see I've got a cat here on my jacket. I love cats, okay? I do not have this fear. I also love dogs, so don't say, oh, she only likes cats. I love pretty much all animals. And then there's decidophobia or decidophobia, whatever. It's the fear of making decisions. Some people just cannot, will not. They're just absolutely, I am scared of making a decision. Probably because they're scared of making a wrong decision. That's a real thing, right? Sure is. And then claustrophobia. Most people have heard of claustrophobia. It's the fear of confined spaces, such as going into an elevator. Some people absolutely will not. They'll take the stairs instead. Forget about whether or not you have the triskaidekaphobia and having that number 13 on a floor in the elevator. They are so scared of even being in the elevator. They are claustrophobic. And then there's aquaphobia. Aquaphobia is the fear of water, but different than this fear of water, because we're talking about people having that fear of being in water or near water. Don't want to go towards it at all. That is aquaphobia. So what we did here was we made the sand hydrophobic. We made it so that it would repel the water, all right? So that they would push apart from one another so that it would back off. Okay, it's that time again. I can't leave you without some words of wisdom, what I call that wow moment. All right, since we are talking about repel today, let's get real here. Do people repel other people? Yes, they do. Okay, remember that attract and repel thing? People are either drawn to other people or people are pushed away from, back off from other people. Well, if we think about how that happens, let's think about our senses. Our 5 primary senses here, we have sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch, right? Those are our 5 senses. And out of those, scientists have done research. So if you know science has done research, we can guarantee that this is probably pretty doggone accurate. All right, so they have found that of all those senses, it's the sense of smell that is the most powerful. It is linked to the most long-term memories. Okay, you can smell something and instantaneously remember something, okay, more so than with any of the other senses. Now, if you think about that with people, now I'm not talking that all sense of smell is bad. We have good smell and we have bad smell. We have smells that will attract and we have smells that will repel. Okay, so sometimes we put on perfume or something to smell good. If you put on too much perfume, you're going to make people push back. You are going to repel people. Okay, so don't go super crazy on that stuff. All right, but let's just think about other ways that we might repel people that deals with smell. Well, first off, brushing your teeth. Okay, I'm talking toothbrush, toothpaste. That's not too difficult to do, but it's very, very important. Because if you think about when you're sleeping at night, your mouth was closed up most of the time, right? You might be snoring, so it might be open a little bit. But in general, your mouth is closed. Okay, well, our body temperature is roughly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. If it was that temperature outside, that would be hot, right? So it is hot in there. And overnight, there's bacteria that's going super crazy and having a party in your mouth. Well, that doesn't smell so good. So if you don't brush your teeth of a morning, you've got that smell. And you might not be bothered by it, but other people might be bothered by it, okay? So if you notice you go up to somebody and they kind of step back a little bit, it might be because you need to brush your teeth. And also, it might be that maybe you've eaten something that just kind of smells bad to people, like onions. Onions does that a lot, okay? You might really super like onions, but that smell bothers other people. So that might make them push back, right? They might back off from you a little bit. So if you're in doubt of whether or not your breath maybe smells bad, be like the cat, all right? Do the cat test. What do I mean by that? Watch. You lick your wrist and you smell it. If that smells bad to you, you can be guaranteed it smells bad to other people because what you just smelled is what they smell, okay? Now, other ways you can maybe repel people is if your body itself doesn't smell good. Okay, there's a couple ways of fixing that. We've got deodorant, right? And we've got soap. Simple. That is simple fix. That is a simple fix, people. All you have to do, take your soap, go into the shower, clean up, into the bathtub, with the washcloth at the sink. I don't care as long as you do it. Because the idea is to attract other people so you have friends, right? You don't want to repel people. So, here you go. Here's your words of wisdom. When you smell, you repel. And you're going to go to the shower to clean up. All right? Hey, this is Mama P telling you to go do some science.